So almost set to go. It's round one action. Sydney and Carlton from Telstra Stadium. Barnaby French in the ruck against Adam Goods. French got the first tap. Players pile in from all directions. There's going to be a free kick. It's going the way of Leo Barry. Wants to move it on quickly. He's got Nix. Nix just found a couple of metres on Prendergast and takes the mark just inside the centre square. Goods calling for it on the far side. Nix hasn't spotted him. Paul offers a lead and a secondary lead. And we now turn around and head back towards the square. Nix goes long. Numbers back there for the Blues. Ball got his hands on it. Thornton at ground level. Gets it towards French. Ball came crashing through, took him high. Barnaby French will take the resultant free kick. Dishes off to Justin Murphy. Comes to the broadcast side and finds Prendergast. Around his body, the bounce eludes Spawn. Nix will now track back to Trent Spawn, but he has time to gather. Put it inside 50 for the first time this evening for Carlton, but there's Leo Barry again to collect his second possession for the game. A switch play to the far side. The mark is taken by Craig Bolton. Of course, has come across from Brisbane, playing his first game for the Swans this evening. He goes out wide looking for Goods, for Voller to beat, and the ball eludes them both. Over and out for a throw in.
Yes, Adam Goods on screen. Such an important player for the Sydney Swans. So mobile. Paul Roos, 5 of the last 6 games last year won by Sydney. Saw him play a few of those games. They look to be a very exciting combination. Can they carry that into 2003? Barnaby French bullocking, kicks the ball down for Bowler. Now I saw him having a few practice shots prior to the game. On the ground, stayed out there and practiced his kicking. He is a thumping kick, and he was kicking him pretty straight. But now he's got the pressure on Wayne.
Yeah, he has, but he's got an opportunity early in the game, and nothing more for a forward's confidence to get a goal early on.
And he is a confidence player too.
Well, just 9 games last year for 13 goals. Favola will be kicking from right on 50. Leans back, straight to the line. Looks a great kick. It's gone left, and he has got the first score. Now behind to the Blues. Kennelly. This young man from Ireland, revelation last year, finds Wharf. Still across half back. It's great to see Kutafiti start the centre square. Still playing midfield. In fact, he's picking up Matthew Nix inside the centre square as we speak. Wharf goes short, shares the ball to Matthews. No 15 metres. Hume pounced on it. Favola, clever play. Houlihan, quick snap. Getting back is Bolton. Young man from the Brisbane Lions. Emergency in last year's grand final. Goods drops an absolute sitter. Sliding under the ball was Camperelli. And we've got a ball up just inside 50.
He can do the mercurial things sometimes, Adam Goods, but if there's one criticism that's been with Adam for the last couple of years, he makes some fundamental mistakes which just tapers off his all-round game.
Whittle on the ruck against Goods, tried to take possession. Remember, of course, the rule this year, KB, is if you're in the ruck and you take possession, you're deemed to have had prior opportunity.
Well, you've had prior opportunity, so you've got to get rid of the ball straight away, by either hand or by foot.
Well, you will be pinged for holding the ball. Goods in the ruck again, Whittle in the front position. Got it down to Ratton. The Blues skipper goes inside 50. Ball at ground level. Favola tracks back onto it for the Blues. Suffers off the ground. And misses to the right-hand side. Brendan Favola second behind for the evening. That is the score in this match. We've gone almost 4 minutes. It's the Blues by 2 points. So Maxfield with the kicking in duties for Sydney. Uncertain of his options, decides to go short to the back pocket. Finds Leo Barry for his third possession. Blues playing a pretty heavy zone at the moment. Sydney just looking to pick holes in it. Barry goes outside 50. Saddington the target. Jumped early, took the mark in front of Matthew Lappin. Defensive 65, Jason Saddington. A veteran of this side, at the age of just 23. He too holds it up. He's called now to play on. Goes around the wing. precise disposal finds Jude Bolton. So the Blues just stifling Sydney's run at the moment. He goes looking for Barry Hall. Beaumont infringes in the marking contest and Hall gets the free kick. An imposing figure, Barry Hall, at 194 centimetres and 99 kilos. The lead was on from Stevens. Murphy read it well off the boot, got across to cover and fisted it to the line. So Barry Hall has got 5 centimetres and 12 kilos on Simon Beaumont.
Yeah, he's got an advantage. I'm just looking over the ground, Jason, and already you can see that Denis Pagan has said to his troops, one-on-one, right across the field, beat your opponent.
Bolton caught one in the back from Ratton. The umpire spotted it, but will come back. So Jude Bolton, chance to take the Swans inside 50. Leads offered from Nix, beautiful lead, great kick. And he just snuck away from Justin Murphy to take the mark 35 metres out directly in front.
Yeah, Jude Bolton, one of those players that needs to step up and take some more responsibility, really establish himself. It's an area where last year he did some terrific jobs nullifying opponents, but he needs to just increase his tempo, get some more possessions, and with kicks like that, you only need to get 5 or 6, and that's a terrific start for Jude Bolton, hopefully Matthew Nix.
Matthew Nix, 28 goals last season. Interestingly enough, he kicked 22 under Rodney Eade, just 6 under Paul Roos in his last 10 games. From 35 metres out, makes no mistake. First goal of Sydney's season goes to Matthew Nix.
Yes, good start for the Swans and Matty Nix. A disappointing year last year with form and some injuries, but he's off to a good start. Just with Denis Pagan's game plan here, all players go with their direct opponent. If they get caught out, they're switching, they're running for their teammates, they're sliding across and sliding deep. And sometimes that can work against you because you become too focused on your direct opponent. Matty Nix there was on Justin Murphy, focused on Matty Nix, was able to get himself into space and found a reasonably easy good possession from Jude Bolton.
Well, he didn't enjoy a very good season last year, Matthew Nix. The year before he was one of their better players. In fact, he got dropped last year. So Matthew Nix looking for better things to happen in 2003. Williams has been great over the last 2 seasons. He's won their best and fairest. Here's a chance for Goods. Just paddles the ball long in front. Canelli from the half borderline around the corner. Great kick and finds Davis. Well, he's been wanting to come to Sydney for a couple of years. Played in the grand final last year for the Pies. Spears the ball in front. On the stretch was Ball, couldn't take it. Kuta comes out of defence from half back and pumps the ball back. Great kick and finds Favola. Now he's on the half back flank. So plenty of running from Brendan Favola. Punishing kick, looking for Whitnell. Great body work. Big and strong for Saddington. Swings around on that trusty right boot. Centering kick. Playing in front, Maxfield.
Maybe a great moment for young Jared Waite, who's just come onto the ground for Trent Spawn in his first game of football.
Jordan Maxfield, 150th game for Sydney, 239 in total. Played with the Tigers. Kicks wide, finds ball. Missed all of last season. They put him down as a first-year recruit. Goes to the wing. Bolton from behind. Big fist away. Squeezed up on the boundary line. Keeps it alive. Kirk with quick hands. Now the whistle's gone. The ball is coming back to Jude Bolton. It was held. Always been a rap for Jude Bolton. I just feel Wayne is he's hard at the ball. He's quick. He can kick a goal. Not quite certain about his consistency, but I like the way he goes about his game. Leo Barry picking up possessions across half back. Ruptured his spleen last year, then came back, and I think we saw him, Wayne, take one of the marks of the year at the SCG.
Yeah, he can get up high, KB.
Trying to use the ball. Nix is the target from behind. Murphy waits down. Good clean hands, goes short, bang. Hits Lappin on the chest. Carlton players now running hard inside 50. McKernan sets himself. Couldn't take it. It was good play by Bolton. Got his body in the way. Kicked off the ground by Goods. Cross half back. Creswell. Butterfingers. Barry twisting and turning. Thumped over the line by Lappin for a toss back in.
Bit of a scuffle in the middle there, Wayne, with Brendan Favola in the heat of battle.
Yeah, fair bit going on and off the ball between Favola and Rowan Wharf. Rowan Wharf not afraid to take a forward step, and I don't think Brendan Favola is either in the same fashion. So good to see tensions are very high and both sides not taking a backward step.
Jared Waite's first run in footy lasted about 25 seconds. He was on and off as the coach relayed a message to Trent Spawn, who's picking up Nick Fosdyke. So Waite sits down again. Good stubs his toe. Ball goes towards Whitnell. Favola a chance to gather another possession. Has a bounce. Lappin lays the shepherd on Crouch. Goes long looking for McKernan. Will fly from the front. It goes to the back. Wiggins lays a tackle. Hit one at the bottom of the pack. And we'll have a bounce about 25 metres out from the Carlton goal. It's the Swans by 4 points. 12 and 3/4 minutes remaining in the opening term.
Now, Favoula's just been taken from the field and straight on the phone to Denis Pagan. He's had a bit of the ball, but obviously some information needed.
Umpire's plucked out a free kick. It's going to Adam Goods. He goes short and finds Leo Barry. 4th touch for leaping Leo. Goes short to defensive 50. The mark taken by Ben Matthews. So Brett Kirk's got the job on Scott Camporelli. Camporelli yet to have a possession. Around the outer side. Plenty of hands on the football. The ball goes out of bounds.
And just rewards for Brett Kirk. He's done 2 really good jobs in 2 trial matches against Kane Johnson and then Travis Johnson for Melbourne. So big task, but he's up to it.
Favoula back onto the ground. He'll head forward. Ball at ground level. Ratton on hands and knees. Wins the football. Dishes it to Spawn. Great smother. Laid by Bolton. Koutafidis couldn't get effective possession. Bolton does a great job in getting it forward. McKay comes crashing through. Ball still alive. Williams taps it onto Hall. He's got a man over the top. Swings onto his left boot. Barry Hall. And kicks the goal. Great work on the outer wing by Jude Bolton. Sydney players come from everywhere to congratulate him. Wonderful smother, then followed up to get the ball inside 50 and Hall finished off the job.
Yeah, that's what Jude is picked for every week. He's 1%ers, but terrific work also by Paul Williams to have the presence of mind, tap the ball out, knew he was under pressure himself, kept the ball moving in a forward motion. Barry Hall kicked the goal, but had 2 or 3 options he could have handballed over. But as all full forwards do, Jason, they'd like to kick the first goal for themselves.
Well, he's big and strong. Kicked 55 goals last year. We know he was out for 5 weeks suspended against Port Adelaide. Also picked up 14 votes in the Brownlow medal, so the umpires like his style of play.
It's hard to miss.
Triple B, Big Bad Barry. Goods in the ruck. They're inspired by Barry Hall. High ball. Here's Hall again. Hanging on. Went to have a few words with the umpire as Beaumont comes away. Blues on the charge. Prendergast comes away. Takes a bounce. Touch of arrogance. Kicks inside 50. Favoula! Magnificent mark! And this young man has started well. This is possession number 5. Left the field just a few moments ago. Was on the phone to Denis Pagan. Straight back into the action. And a great grab.
I think the message got through, KB.
Not quite certain what the message was because he was playing well. Maybe just a bit of encouragement. That is a great leap. Can he finish? Told us last week that he wasted probably 4 or 5 years of his career directly in front, leans back, straight through the centre.
Well, that's why he's so important, Wayne, because he is capable of doing those mercurial things.
He is. It's a word that's often thrown around, sometimes too much, but potential. I think under the guidance of Denis Pagan, he'll just basically give him a few simple instructions, and as we've seen early on, Jace, Brendan Favoula's pushing up the ground. It's allowing plenty of space for Lance Whitmore and Corey McKernan, but on that occasion, had the sit, Rowan Wolf waited a couple of seconds. I think he thought the ball might have gone over his head, but Brendan Favoula, a good mark and a good reward with his first goal for the evening.
I just like the way that he started this game because, you know, this is what Carlton supporters have been looking for the last couple of years. Just a bit of magic from Favoula. Has Goods, just eyes off his opponent, Barnaby French, who comes charging in, gets his hands on the ball, pounced on by Hume. Welcome back. Only 3 games last year through a knee injury, and leaping Leo is killing him across half back.
So a chance for the Swans through Barry. Goes towards half forward. It's Fosdyke against Lappin, holding on in the contest. It's going the way of the Sydney player, Nick Fosdyke. His first possession in the game. Had a great 2002, finishing 9th in their best and fairest. Goes inside 50. Nicks again the mobile target. Was he infringed upon? Thornton did it well. Spawn to Prendergast. Back to Thornton. He goes straight up the middle. Some marking power there for the Blues. Hickmott got hands to it. Could use Whitnell now, and he does. Tries to crash through it as Big Lance. Taken in a tackle by Bolton. Couldn't get rid of the football, and the umpire will bounce about 60 metres out from the Carlton goal. Bit of niggle and spite in this game early on. Darren Hume loves that. Paul Williams puts in an early effort for next year's Oscars.
A couple of quick matchups now that things have settled down. Williams being tagged by Hume, Bolton on Cooter, Goods with French. Darren Creswell has just come off, was on Brett Ratton.
Goods the tap into open space for Houlihan to run onto. Crouch hassled him off the football and won it for the Swans. Sweeping handball to Williams. Towards half forward. McKay leads his man out to the contest, and there's Hume. We mentioned he likes it tight and tough. And he and Paul Williams just getting to know each other a little better. Wiggins takes a good contested mark in the centre of the ground. Thumps it high and long. McKernan's there for the Blues. Favola as well. At ground level. Goods tidies up for Sydney. Goes wide to Schneider. Adam Schneider, his first touch in AFL football. The youngster from Osborne, New South Wales ACT. As Williams and Hume still go at it on the far wing. Schneider goes long, looking for Stevens. Prendergast to beat, and Stevens does well. Good juggling mark. Scott Stevens to the 50, and here's Big Bad Bustling. Got it again, Barry Hall from right on 50.
Needs to kick the goal because he had two players streaming forward with Carlton opponents behind them, which was Nick Davis and Matty Nix. So Barry Hall within his distance, but needs to make sure he does kick the goal.
55 goals last season to lead the Swans. Was 5th in the AFL. He's a good finisher, 55-31 in 2002. He's already got one this evening from 55 metres out. Gives it a launch. Hung it out to the right-hand side. And he misses for a behind. 1-1 to Barry Hall. Swans are 2-1-13, Carlton 1-2-8. We've gone 16 minutes in the opening term here at Telstra Stadium.
Taken by Beaumont. Can play at both ends of the ground. Let's kick 8 goals and half of football against Collingwood. Here's Hickmott from half-back. Rough and tough. Loves it in close. Down to the half-forward line, and Sannington read it well. Rebound football, like throwing a ball against a brick wall. It keeps coming back. Stevens, short to Canali. Works his way up to the centre wing, edge of the centre square. Swans 2-1-13, the Blues 1-2-8. Half-forward line, Hall's going to be the target. He's got it. He's quick. Might be too far out to score. It would take a thumping kick. So Hall waits for the opportunity. Misses his mark. Ratton caught by Bosdyke. Pounced on by Davis. The danger man. Needs a bounce. Stevens kept it alive. Been pinched that time by Prendergast. Thumps the ball back. Spawn from half back. Looking for Whitnell. He's got 3 to beat. Make that 4. Great tackle by Whitnell. Bolton comes away from centre wing, rockets the ball to fearless Bosdyke. Quick hands, finds Good on the charge. Great kick. Here's Nix. He's got it. Super play by the Swans. And this is what I saw last year, Wayne. A quick movement of the ball into open space with really good skills. Yeah, absolutely, KB. And the thing that what they do now is the fact that Andrew Dunkley's no longer in the back line. They encourage their midfielders to push defensively, give support. Once they win the ball, they spread, run the ball by way of handball. Creates a lot of space down forward and really doesn't give defence any chance to man up closely. Well, Matthew Nix has kicked the goal in this first quarter. And you can see there's the angle. Telstra Stadium. Nix will be shooting from 35 metres out. That angle is 45 degrees. Can't bend it back. Through for a behind. Missed opportunity there for Matthew Nix. Let's hit boundary side. Here's Tiffany Cherry.
And McCormick have both got their second chance. Both have just run on together. And Creswell came off just before, as you saw. He did get a cork calf in the first round of the Wizard Cup, so they might be causing a bit of trouble. Spawn goes short to Lappin. So Waite and McCormack, the two players, the two youngsters on for Carlton. John McCormick from Wangaratta. Jared Waite from Benalla, two country boys. Here's Darren Hume, just backward to centre wing. Kick it long towards half forward. Favola flies from the side, leaping Leo over the back again. 8th possession, 6 marks for Leo Barry. He is turning it on in this opening term. Goes by hand to Canelli. Runs outside defensive 50. And from the back edge of the square to half forward. Stevens flew before acceptances. And the free kick to Prendergast. Dishes off to Beaumont. Got a man in space. The Blues through Jared Waite. His first touch. Inside 50. Favola again with a couple to beat. Swans getting the numbers back. Wharf landed heavily. Here's Koutafidis. Tries to burst through. Hickmott dishes to McCormick. Flying snap from John McCormick is a goal.
first goal.
Yeah, great way to start your career. Saw this young fellow against the Aboriginal All-Stars up in Darwin. Not a lot of him, but very hard at it and making the most of his opportunities, that's for sure.
Spent the last 2 seasons with the Murray Kangaroos in the VFL. Was brought onto the rookie list at the end of 2002. Promoted this week for Adam Matthews, who's requiring a shoulder reconstruction. And he's certainly taking his chances early in this game.
Looks to me if he's a dead ringer for Rod Stewart.
He's got a touch of Brett Backwell about him for Carlton fans.
No, he looks like Rod Stewart. He might even break into song soon. But
I'm only 29, KB.
Too old for me, KB.
Yeah, I don't remember Rod Stewart.
He can celebrate because that young boy just pounced on that. And already we can see the Denis Pagan influence at Carlton. Every time there's a mark, a free kick, they get back quickly. There's urgency in their play to get the ball quickly inside 50. They've got McKernan down there. They've got Kutafidis as well as Mavola and Whitnell. So they want to pump it into the big 4. And then, of course, if they can't take it, make certain that the opposition doesn't mark it, and then pounce on it at ground level. And McCormick did just that. Canelli, back edge of the centre square. Lead by Stevens has been ignored. The second one is to Nix, the go-to man. Prendergast gets back, does well. Always looks like a very promising player, Prendergast. Agile, athletic. Again, McKernan was the target. Ratton overruns the ball, then gets thumped by Leo Barry. Posdyke had it, lost it. Kutafidis thought he had it, just couldn't control it with that one-hand pick-up. McCormack, his confidence is high, back to Lappin, playing a bit in defence. Rockets the ball back. Great tap on, that time on Whitnell. He was looking for Hickmott. Crash goes Leo Barry. Coming through is McKernan. Bang! Jude Bolton tried to crunch him. Loose ball. Chance now, stand and deliver. The Blues, quick snap, long ball from Spawn. Just misses to the left. And through for a behind.
They've upped the tempo in the last couple of minutes, Wayne.
Yeah, there's no doubt they're getting more numbers to the ball at the moment. Scott Camporelli hasn't had a possession at this stage. Waits to come back on the ground, but they are getting numbers to the ball. And as we said early in the intro, the physical side of things that was missing to a large degree last year is very evident at this early stage.
Camporelli preparing to come back on. Maxfield with the kick in.
We haven't seen too many short kicks around the midfield, have we, Wayne, with Carlton?
No, very direct, KB, especially with tall marking forwards.
Maxfield dumps it long outside defensive 50. Saddington will fly. At the back, Bolton weighted down. It worked well. He's got 2 men in space. One of them's Ball. He overlaps with Creswell onto Fosdyke. The Swans running. He runs to 65. Spears inside 50. Lappin stands tall and takes the mark. That ball intended for Barry Hall. Lappin to McCormick. To Prendergast. A couple of the youngsters combining across half-back. Plenty of numbers there for Sydney. It was a 5-on-1 contest. Houlihan at ground level. He's wrapped up. And Wayne, the Swans just flooding back in numbers across half-back.
Yeah, they are. Just a little criticism of Leo Barry there. He's taken a couple of terrific marks, but when there's already a couple of Swans players up in defence, you can't always take the scream. He probably needs to stay down every now and again, KB.
Well, he's hot at the moment. He's been dominating the game. He's had 5 marks already in 7 possessions across half-back, but I like the idea of Lappin playing across half-back with his skills. This is something that Denis Pagan's introduced.
Williams on the burst to Crouch. Can run to 55, Crouch. From right on 50, keeps it low, to the square. Hall, goal! Free kick. Free kick for in the back. In the marking contest, and that will come back against Nick Davis. And the Blues dodge a bullet. Kick outside 50, misses its target in Lappin. The Swans could load up again through Williams. Here he is, the dangerous Paul Williams from 45. Goes in again, this time it's good. Disappointing for the Blues. Had the second opportunity and they blew it.
Yeah, we're lucky enough to get away with the free kick from Nick Davis, but Matty Lappin has been sensational. But the one area he can be criticised is physical pressure. Had a good opportunity to take Paul Williams out and over the line there. Just give their backman a chance to settle again. But the tackle was too easily broken by Paul Williams, and a good delivery to Adam Goods.
This man is on the verge of becoming a superstar in AFL ranks. Coming up to his 6th possession, Adam Goods. 10 metres out. And as soon as I wrap him up, of course he misses.
Actually, I was very surprised that Paul Williams didn't take another couple of bounces and run into the open goal and kick it himself, because he had about 30 metres in front of him. And the kick, in fact, I thought went slightly off the side of his boot, so I think it was luck of fortune that, in fact, Goods actually took the mark.
So the Blues escape again. Camporelli to the outer side. Good kick finds Thornton, defensive 50. Goes long to the wing. McKernan, his target, got hands to it, couldn't take the mark.
McCormick looks promising. Again, he was front and centre to pick up the crumbs. That ball is going to come back.
And that's the only way Denis Pagan will coach.
He looks an instinctive player, McCormick, doesn't he? Just gets where the ball is.
Yeah, and the more times you knock on the door, the more chances you'll get a sale, so to speak, Jace.
Something like that, yes. Nick Davis coming off, possibly for that indiscretion.
Yeah, he's just got to realise, Nick Davis, you can't always play from behind, and certainly against an experienced campaigner like Andrew McKay.
McKernan turns it over, could make them pay. Creswell to Williams, steps inside Hume, gets taken in a tackle by Waite. Still managed to get the handball out. Kennelly, handball missed its target to Creswell. Ratton tidies up, was legged, and again the Blues will escape. The skipper from defensive 50. Turns it over again. Kirk too strong in the air. To Matthews, to Williams, getting busy. But Waite comes across to chop it off. Carlton skating on thin ice at the moment, KB, but in the last couple of minutes they've managed to avoid that goal.
Scores a level, 2-3-15 apiece. And Big Doyle's come on for Sydney, and they've parked him in the goal square. Boundary throw in. Kernan in the ruck. Camporelli spent some time on the interchange bench. Hands and knees, Kirk did well. He was the leading tackler last year for Sydney. Lappin, cross half back. Just hammers the ball back towards centre half forward. Coming out in front. Koutafidis couldn't take it. Going in very hard was Fosdyke. He's been legged. Time clock ticking away. Just over a minute left in this first quarter. Goes wide to Matthews. They run hard out of defence. The Sydney Swans poor kick. Getting back is McKernan building the wall. From half back. Favola's the target. Strong hands. Matthews did well. Made it a contest. Here's Waite. Young man. Playing his first game. Matthews, good hands. Great tackle by Favola. That'll bring a smile to Denis Pagan's face. Kennelly on the burst, on the charge, backs himself in, inside 50. Doyle's just on. Getting back was McKay. Brave as ever. Chance for Nix. Danger man. High ball. Paul looks dangerous. Can he take a grab? Thumped away by Lappin. Close to the line. Happy to force it over. Minor score.
KB, a very encouraging sign for Denis Pagan and the coaching panel is the pressure that Brendan Favola, noted goal kicker, put on there further up the ground.
I think that would bring a very big smile as Lappin goes wide. Finds Prendergast. From half back for Carlton. Inside the centre square. They can raffle this. McCormick maybe should have got the call that time from Koutafidis. It's all tied up. Big pack of players. And we've got a ball up inside the centre square. So the siren just about to sound to end what's been a very even first quarter with the Sydney Swans 2-4-16 leading Carlton by 1.23-15.
The Blues absorbing the pressure late in that term, Wayne. Can turn action.